To make the flowers bloom more vividly, this group of gardeners chose a special fertilizer. All they had to do was dig a little deeper, add some bleach to mask the smell, and who would have thought that beneath those beautiful flowers lay a pile of rotting flesh? But before they helped each other, each of them had a beautiful life. Morris often used flowers to compare people, and her friend Brett was like a dandelion. For survival, he could grow anywhere, unless of course he discovered that his wife had cross-pollinated with another flower. The club's vice president, Catherine, was like a bougainvillea, a hard-working flower in the garden, always neat and meticulous, yet few ever appreciated her beauty. Her husband was obsessed with fitness and showed no interest in her, so she had to find another flower. Similarly, there was Ron, a colleague in real estate. Although he was the boss's son-in-law, he was very skilled at winning a woman's favor. This was the first time Catherine had received a gift from a man after her marriage. She thought she had found true love, but little did she know, Ron was a master of time management. He maintained ambiguous relationships with multiple female clients, and the bracelets he gave them were all identical. What surprised her even more was that he wasn't picky. He could appreciate flowers of all types in blooming seasons. Catherine couldn't swallow this humiliation. She secretly tracked down these deceived women, and even the real estate company boss, who during the next joint property tour set up a trap to embarrass Ron in front of everyone by getting him to strip. The boss kicked Ron out of the company and canceled his daughter's engagement. Everyone threw the identical bracelets back at Ron. Morris, on the other hand, felt like a geranium, ordinary, blooming everywhere but still loved by some. But because she was so common, people often felt it was okay to trample on her. Morris worked as a homeroom teacher at a high school, but she was always bullied by troublemaker students. She simply gave Edward a D for his grades, yet he had his unreasonable mother pressure the school to change it to an A. She confronted the school leadership, only to be told that money made the rules. Edward's parents had built a hockey rink for the school, so they didn't want to offend these major donors over something trivial. Morris felt helpless, but what she couldn't accept was that Edward continued to push his luck. To get back at the teacher, he kidnapped her dog. This wasn't just a personal vendetta anymore. Paris decided to quit her job at the school. The last member of the group, Betty, was like a blooming lily, growing wildly in the garden and squeezing out the space for the other flowers. Her inclusion in the group was more of an accident. While answering a phone call while driving, Betty accidentally crashed into the garden's fountain and was fined hundreds of hours of community service. Though their interactions were far from pleasant, a murder case eventually connected their fates, and they kept each other's secrets. Little did they know, in preparation for the upcoming garden exhibition, the president of the club decided to overhaul the entire garden, and the buried secrets would inevitably be exposed. How would they survive this crisis?